EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich with your outlook for December 15th, 2020. This is the calm before the storm today. We have a very nice day today. A little chilly, a little chillier than average, but it will be mostly sunny to start at least, and then we'll have a few high clouds filtering in this afternoon. You would really have no idea that a big storm's coming if you obviously weren't paying attention to the weather. It's actually just going to be cold and dry and, you know, pretty nice day otherwise. So winds are going to be rather calm as well, high pressure in control. But after this, we have a big winter storm coming, a major winter storm coming that's going to be affecting the region beginning tomorrow afternoon. Okay, so the morning's going to be dry, and I can hear it already. People are going to be like, first thing in the morning, well, where's the snow? Because nobody pays attention to the timing. I'm going to give you the timing in this video, so pay attention, okay? Also, getting a lot of the usual suspects, of course, saying, I'll believe it when I see it, and all this other stuff. Listen, folks, this is coming, and Bobby makes the decisions of when we go into Godzilla storm mode. I don't take that lightly, and when I put that up there 3 days in advance, it's a serious thing. It's not going to shift. It's not going to go out to sea. It's not going to all of a sudden turn into rain, and then these snow totals go away. This is coming, and it's going to be a major hit. It is imminent, okay? As close to 100% as you can get. So the two players on the field here are one's going to come into the Tennessee Valley and Ohio Valley and set up shop right about here. And then you have this batch of precipitation down here that's going to form a surface low, which is going to become a storm eventually. It's going to be fueled by this system, and it's going to basically transfer its energy into that low as this comes up the coast here on Wednesday. Now, this process here, as you can see, now I'm not showing you the precipitation type radar on here. I will get to that in a second. But you can see how this process works, and it forms this low here. Here's the one low here, and here's the other one forming just northeast of Myrtle Beach, and it just tracks to the northeast, gains steam, rapidly intensifies, and all this moisture comes up into the existing cold air, and we get some heavy snow. Now, this is later on Wednesday, so the real heavy stuff doesn't come in here yet. All right, and for some of you, especially in northeastern areas, when you go to bed, you might be saying, but there's not a lot of snow, there's going to be a bust. But the overnight period, we're going to get crushed. And I mean, you're going to have some hours that you're going to get 2-3 inch per hour rates easily. Okay? And it's going to pile up quickly. So we're going to go into the overnight period here, and this low is really going to get cranking, and it's going to be moving either over southern Delaware or, you know, right along the coast here. Right along, I mean, hugging the coastline. It might go just offshore, off of Cape May. But you can see back in the interior here, this is all snow, and you got a cold conveyor belt going right over the top of this system. And that is a class extinguisher for very heavy snow and very strong dynamics. There's going to be some frontogenesis, very strong frontogenesis, deformation banding, maybe some thunder snow. There's some, there's a lot of things going into this that will lead to that. Conditional symmetric instability. There's a lot of that in place too. That would lead to the thundersnow. So slantwise convection is a fun thing in thunderstorm. Just ask or in winter storm. Just ask Jim Cantori. He loves that stuff. And I hear he's going to be up here for this somewhere. Anyway, this is going to go through the night, very heavy at times. Then it finally pulls away on Thursday morning, leftover early morning shower or snow showers, and then this system pulls away in its history, and it does its damage. It dumped and crushes this entire area. So here is the evolution on the precipitation type radar. Again, this is coming in early afternoon for most areas, early to late afternoon from southwest and northeast, and then it's just going to keep going and really get cranking here. Again, it's going to track over southern Delaware here. So on this precipitation type map here, you can see where the rain snow line is. I'm going to show you a better look at the 3-kilometer NAM in a second, which highlights this a lot better. A little bit better resolution. But you can see all the heavy snow in the interior. Might be some mixing here in the in-between areas. And then it goes back over to snow before it ends. And that might go all the way down to the coastal areas that were primarily rain. So if you look at our map and it says, I think it's our H zone. We have 8 different zones. It has the a mostly rain event. And at the very end, it might have a coating to an inch. All the way down into southern New Jersey and southern Delaware, where it will be primarily rain. But in the interior, you're going to get smoked, okay? And that's going to move away on Thursday morning. Here's the NAM high-res feature simulated radar. This is a precipitation-type radar. This is the run from this evening. So this is looking at 1 p.m. on Wednesday. Snow's just starting to coming into our southwestern areas, and it moves northeastward. And again, this is now looking at 4 p.m., so it's going to take a while to get up to these areas here. So the whole day, you'll just be maybe mostly cloudy in the morning and then cloudy all day, sitting around waiting. This is the part where I need you to pay attention to timing here, because a lot of people don't, and they're sitting here and it's noon and say, well, this is a bust. It's still not snowing. Well, it's not supposed to be snowing yet. Just pay attention. All right, so mid to late afternoon, this will finally come into these areas here, but you can already see where the rain-snow line sets up, and it's not going to be a sleet deal. It's either going to be rain or snow. So there's your line, and it's southeast of I-95 initially. All your frozen precipitation is down here, and it's going to be working its way up in this direction, okay, and along that battle zone. And I think it's going to be right along I-95. So when most people go to bed, this is 10 o'clock, okay? I'm sorry, yeah, no, it's not 10 o'clock. There's 10 o'clock. So at 10 o'clock, you got this rain down here. You got mixing in the middle. It might even get into southeast PA and parts of south central Pennsylvania here. But you got heavy snow going on in the interior. And at this point, at 10 p.m., through this time, this is how much snow falls. So you might be going to bed here on places like Allentown and only have to say, oh, wow, I only have 5 inches of snow on the ground. And they're calling for 14 to 20. Isolated 24. Well, that's a bust. No, it's not. Okay, because it's just going to get going then. So you get snow moving in. It's just going to start getting heavy during the evening, and then it's going to start piling up overnight. When you're going to bed and you wake up in the morning, you're going to be like, what just happened? Okay, it's going to be one of those deals. So let me go back to the precipitation type map here, and continue this forward. So now we have this mixing down here, then it's going to go right across southeast PA, might even get a little bit further north than that. I'm not even entirely sold that it won't get up to maybe even the Lehigh Valley. But if it does so, it's going to be briefly. Once this goes into the night here, look what happens. You get the cold air wrapping around here. This cold conveyor belt really gets going. This is your heaviest rates right in here. You're just getting smoked, okay? And you're getting cold air wrapping in around the back side here because of that high pressure that's very strong off to the north is going to be fueling the cold air, funneling the cold air in here. And it's going to be at all levels. So it's going to change everything back. Any warm layer wedge that's in the middle there up in the upper levels that changes things over to sleet and freezing rain normally will go back over to snow. And the ratios, which are normally 10 to 1, which is 10 inches of snow for every 1 inch of liquid equivalent, will start going to 12 to 1, 15 to 1, maybe even higher than that. And you're going to get fluffy snow piling up overnight. So it's going to add up quickly, very quickly. The areas that we're mixing, we're now going to go over to snow. And that's going to go all the way to the coast, we think. And it's going to change to and end as snow, even the areas that we're mixing and were rain. All right. This is going right into Thursday morning. This is 7 a.m. You still got some leftover snow showers in the morning, and then that pulls away. Total snowfall on the NAM here for this entire system. And I'm only going to use a 10 to 1 ratio here on purpose. This is only 10 to 1. Now, keep in mind, I have that's going to be higher than that in the interior at some point. So this is what it has. This is in very close alignment to what our map call is. Almost precisely. It doesn't have the snow here in getting down to Cape May and Sussex County, Delaware here at all. We have a coating to an inch down there, but I think that might still happen. It's just going to be at the very tail end if that happens. Grassy surfaces kind of thing. But it has the same ranges here. 1 to 3, 3 to 6. Here's 6 to 10 through the Philly and 995 corridor. Then you get up here and you get the 10 to 14, and this is where we have our 14 to 20 isolated 24 area, right in the middle here, and then it drops off again going up northwest. This is very close to the axis of the map we have. So I like where we're at. I think the NAM's a little overblown, and it's a 3-kilometer higher resolution. Sometimes it overblows things. This is not even the Kushera, which is factoring in snow ratios, which is this, and it's even more ridiculous. These are overblown. These are probably not going to be this high. All right. This is, I think, somewhat realistic. Even though it's putting a 30 in here, I mean, that's not impossible, but I probably would think that what we have now, we might have to look at that a little bit later, see where the banding sets up. That could increase your rates and give you like a 3-4 inch an hour rate, like we had with Jonas in 2016. This is very similar in that regard, where you have the cold conveyor belt wrapping around the low and just kind of sets up in these areas here, and you're just getting pummeled with some heavy rates. So that can certainly happen. It's something we're going to be looking forward to over the next 24 hours, and we'll have another map call again at 5 p.m. today with this system. So stay tuned for that. If we have any changes, we'll let you know. But I do like the axis of what we have right now. After this, it's going to remain very cold this week and dry, however. So although we get to Friday, it's mostly sunny. And temperatures not getting above freezing in many areas. Lows getting down to the single digits in some areas, teens in others. So it's going to be cold for a couple days, especially with that fresh snowpack. It's very easy with, the ground can't retain heat if it's covered, so it's going to be buried. So it should be have some really cold nights here coming up here Friday, Saturday. It's going to go right through the weekend. We're going to have colder temperatures. It might warm up a little bit on Sunday, but we have a cold front that's going to be pushing through the area here. Might be a stray rain or snow shower with that Saturday night or Sunday, but there's really not. The models aren't really thrilled with that idea. Then we're back to partly cloudy skies here on Monday with temperatures getting back to near average for this time of year. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for December 15th, 2020. Have a great Tuesday.